Do you guys know the legend of Mayon Volcano?
Oh, me! I know the story behind that. It is about a couple named Daragang Magayan and Panganuron who fighted for their forbidden love until death. Magayan was shot with a poisonous arrow on her chest. Panganuron rushed to her aid as he kneeled down over the dying Daragang Magayan. An enemy hacked his head off. After the battle, Daragang Magayan was buried and her death was mourned all over the land. Where she was put to rest, a mountain mysteriously appeared. This mountain is known as Mayon. It is said that even that in another form, she's still hunted by the men who love her. When Mayon is said to erupt, this is Patuga, her obsessive suitor, challenging Panganuron. But when Mayon is calm, Panganuron is embracing her. The tears of Panganuron are shed as rain and time in his grief. Until today, many is still delighted by the love story behind the legend of the Mayon volcano.
That's so sad.
That is a very sad legend, but we all know that legends are just traditional stories, but that story is somehow connected to our topic.
Is it about the legends?
No?
About volcanoes?
Exactly!
Have you ever wondered what is a volcano? How and why does it leave so many casualties when it erupts?
Yes, Kuya Ken. I've always wondered, how does it release such a dangerous liquid that could eventually kill a person?
Me too!
You guys will enjoy our adventure in learning about the volcanoes.
Volcano is a rupture in the crust of a planetary mass object, such as Earth, that allow hot lava, volcanic ash, and gases to escape from a magma chamber below the surface.
But what will happen if a volcano erupts?
Volcanoes spew hot, dangerous gases, ash, lava, and rocks that are powerfully destructive. People died from volcano blasts. Volcanic eruptions can result additional threats to health, such as floods, mudslides, power outages, drinking water contamination, and wildfires. Just like what happened on June 15, 1991 when Mount Pinatubo erupted. Volcanic ash and pumice blanketed the countryside. Huge avalanches, hearing hot ash, gas, and pumice fragments, called pyroclastic flows, roared down the flanks of Mount Pinatubo, filling once deep valleys.
Wow! Mount Pinatubo is really something.
But what triggers a volcano to erupt, Ate Fuji?
Know that the mantle of the earth is too hot and the temperature ranges from 1,000 degrees Celsius to 3,000 degrees Celsius. The rocks present inside melt due to high pressure and temperature. The melted substance is light in weight. The thin lava comes up to the crust since it can easily float.
Wow, that's really hot.
Can't believe someone is harder than me.
Truly believe you all wondered what are those red fire-like thingy, rocks, smoke coming out from the mouth of a volcano, right?
Yes!
Moving on to the parts of a volcano, first thing we have here is a magma chamber. It is a large underground pool of molten rock found beneath the surface of the earth. The molten rock in the chamber, known as magma, acts like a filled bath. It takes up space and puts pressure on anything around it. This pressure builds until it finally has to escape somewhere. Next is crater. It is a ball of funnel-shaped depression that usually lies directly above the vent from which volcanic material is ejected. Craters are commonly found at the summit of volcanoes' edifices, but they may form about satellite vents of composite and shield volcanoes. Next we have is vent. Volcanic vent is the place at the Earth's surface where lava flows, tephra, and fragmented rocks erupt. Volcanic gases are also emitted at vents. Next in line is conduit. A volcano conduit is the pipe that carries this magma from the magma chamber up through the crust and through the volcano itself until it reaches the surface. Next would be ash. A volcanic ash is a mixture of rock, minerals, and glass particles expelled from a volcano during a volcanic eruption. The particles are very small, less than 2 millimeters in diameter. They tend to be pitted and full of holes, which gives them a low density. If we have ash, we also have ash cloud. Ash cloud is a cloud formed from tiny ash particles and gases blasted from the volcano. Wind can carry ash 1,000 miles, affecting far greater areas and many more people than other volcano hazards. Next to ash cloud is lava. Lava is what molten or melted rock is called when it flows out a volcano or volcanic vent. And lastly, magma. Magma is extremely hot liquid and semi-liquid rock located under Earth's surface. Earth has layered structure that consists of inner core, outer core, and mantle, and crust. Much of the planet's mantle consists of magma. This magma can push through holes or cracks in the crust, causing a volcanic eruption. There are three basic types of magma: basaltic, andesitic, and rhyolitic. Basaltic magma is high in iron, magnesium, and calcium, but low on potassium and sodium. It is commonly produced by direct melting of the Earth's mantle and the region of the Earth below the outer crust. Next, we have the andesitic magma. Moderate amount of these minerals are iron, magnesium, calcium, potassium, and sodium. This magma commonly erupts from stratovolcanoes as thick lava flows, some reaching several kilometers in length. And lastly, rhyolitic magma is high in potassium and sodium, but low in iron, magnesium, and calcium. It is the magma formed by differentiation in basaltic magma in combination with assimilation of siliceous material, or by melting of portion of the Earth's silic material, and we are done with the parts.
Wait, those are still the parts? I felt like I've been listening for hours already.
You're right, but we would love to listen more.
You're right. Please tell us more, Ate Fuji and Kuya Ken.
Sure, moving on from the types of volcanoes. We have three types of volcanoes. Those are cinder, composite, and shield. First, we have cinder volcano. These volcanoes are simple volcanoes which have bowl-shaped crater and summit and steep sides. They only grow to about 1,000 feet and the size of a hill. Next is the composite volcano. These volcanoes are large volcanoes, many thousands of feet or meters tall, generally composed of lava flows, pyroclastic deposits, and mud flows, lahar deposits, as well as lava domes, and lastly shield volcanoes. These volcanoes produce low viscosity, runny lava, and it spreads far from the source and forms a volcano with gentle slope. And we are done with the types of volcanoes.
Wow, now that we're done with the types of volcano, it makes me feel excited about the types of eruptions.
Me too. I think I will continue learning about volcanoes even after our discussion.
Hear that you guys are getting interested about volcanoes. Now we will talk about the different types of eruptions. There are 8 kinds of eruptions: Icelandic, Hawaiian, Strombolian, Volcanian, Helenian, Phreatic, and Phreatomagmatic. Icelandic eruptions. Our eruptions in Iceland is diverse, from small effusive eruptions where lava flows quietly, fissures and crater rose, to significant explosive eruptions in ice-covered central. Volcanoes produce large as bumps, literally where fire meets ice. Next is Hawaiian eruptions. These eruptions are non-explosive eruptions like a gusher of lava flow mountains, fire mountains, or the curtains of fire that generates red-hot lava rivers of every fluid basaltic lavas. Next is Strombolian eruption, the type of volcanic eruption with relatively mild blast, typically a volcano explosivity index of about 1 to 2. Strombolian eruptions consist of ejection incandescent cinders, lapilli, and volcanic bombs to altitude of tens to few of hundreds of meters. Next would be Volcanian eruption. This kind of eruption usually consists of small volumes of magma, but these vigorous eruption columns made up of highly fragmented ash.
Next is Pelean eruption. Pelean eruption are a type of volcanic eruption that can occur when viscous magma, typically of rhyolitic or andesitic type, is involved and shares some similarities with Volcanian eruption. Next is Plinian eruption. These are extremely explosive eruptions producing ash columns that extend many tens of miles into the stratosphere and that spread out into an umbrella shape. Next is Phreatic eruption. It is made up of steam-driven explosion that occur when water beneath the ground or on the surface is heated by volcanic activity. The water, once heated, begins to boil or can even flash straight to steam, causing an explosion. And lastly, phreatomagmatic eruptions. These are volcanic eruptions resulting from interaction between magma and water. They differ from exclusively magmatic eruptions and phreatic eruptions. Unlike phreatic eruptions, the product of phreatomagmatic eruptions contain juvenile or magmatic clasts.
Wow, that was a lot. I get dizzy even just thinking about those.
But I have a question. Is it true that volcanic eruptions also have good benefits? Is it volcanic eruptions are dangerous?
Let me explain it to you. Aside from being destructive and catastrophic of volcanic eruption to us humans, there are still good benefits of volcanic eruptions. 1. Volcanic eruptions helps to stabilize the heat of the core parts of our planet. 2. Volcanic eruption also forms new landforms after the drying process of liquid lava. 3. The lava ashes are used for different purposes. 4. Sometimes the volcanic eruptions work as natural destroyers instead of TNT, etc. Number 5. The lava contains different minerals which enrich the existing soil. 6. They help cool off the earth, removing heat from its interior. Number 7. Volcanic emissions have produced an atmosphere and the water of the oceans. Number 8. Volcanoes have islands and add to continents. And this is the end of our learning about volcanoes.
Wow, that was amazing!
This discussion makes me want to study earth science more. Come on, let's share this new learning to our friends.
Sure.
Bye,
Bye,
Kuya Ken and
Ate
Ate
Fuji.
Fuji.
Bye!
Bye! I'm Chandler Ken Castillano.
And I am Fujiquo Valle, leaving you with a quote.
Democracy is a volcano which conceals the fiery materials of its own destruction.
These will produce an eruption and carry desolation in their way.
By Fisher Ames. Thank you and have a good day.